How's it going, everybody? This is Rob of Novakast back with another video for you guys. And, well, with this one, this is going to be another review. More so of a vlog review because it is somewhat still Halloween. I mean, it's still October by the time I'm recording this, and more likely when I upload it. But regardless, doing another kind of monster flick, so to speak. Or anything that, I guess if anything, my criteria was anything scary, anything monster-like, we're going to be putting it on Halloween, or the October lineup. So with this one, this is another one that came out on Hulu, and I've heard about it, but haven't gotten the chance to watch it, more so because, well, I'll be perfectly honest, the only moments I've ever witnessed this particular monster was from the Alien vs. Predator movies. And in case you're wondering, I am talking about Predator. In case you guys are wondering if I was talking about Alien, I've done several reviews of Alien already. So, in fact, if anything, going up to what's recent. So, above all, yeah, Prey. It was directed by Dan Trentensberg, written by Patrick Azon, Dan Trentensberg, and Jim Thompson. And it stars Amber Midthunder, Dakota Beavers, and Dane DeLegro. Hopefully I said that correctly. If I didn't, I apologize. But this is an interesting one because from what I've heard, as far as, you know, story-wise for the previous ones, from what I've heard, I haven't watched the films yet, but this is what I know from general information. From what was current day for the original Predator to like futuristic settings, you have a group of individuals who are in, you know, certain situations. Some of them are actually just in the city, facing off against this alien that is basically the perfect hunter, so to speak. And in order to defeat it, they have to, you know, basically figure out ways to maneuver around it and defeat it. In this particular movie, we follow a character by the name of Naru, who is a warrior who, to an extent, or is part of an Indian tribe, and to an extent comes across, although testing herself to become the hunter, or the perfect hunter, or at least, you know, proving herself just in general to her tribe, she comes across the Predator, and all hell breaks loose when people start dying left and right. I gotta say, with this one, with it being, I guess, to a degree, like where it's set was actually really interesting. As well as, you know, seeing, you know, honestly, a very skilled, you know, tribal or Indian, Native American, hunter go off against this thing, as well as, to an extent, outwit it. And something I should bring up too is, I know some people might think differently than me, but to a degree, what's really great about this is this isn't some like Mary Sue character. As far as I know I'm going to be corrected, but to an extent, the character Naru doesn't feel like a Mary Sue. If anything, she's continuously practicing with her weapons. I guess a weapon that, one weapon in particular was a hatchet that she received from her father. And to an extent is very good at tracking those medicinal herbs and their properties. She has been practicing with, you know, hunting skills and so on. And to an extent, as she progresses through the film, she's learning different methods of, you know, I guess if anything, you know, combat, or I guess not combat, but just learning how to face off against this thing. And we see a little bit of that in one particular scene before meeting, or initially meeting, the Predator, where they face off against the mountain lion, and she uses its, kind of recognizing its strengths and weaknesses in order to, combat the mountain lion, which honestly is pretty cool, because she does the same thing with the Predator, finding out that for whatever reason the Predator doesn't consider her as a threat, and more so than that, using that to her advantage, as well as finding, setting up traps, as well as other things to take down this monstrosity. For a lot of the characters, although interesting, I couldn't get enough time to really acknowledge, or kind of, how should I put this without being too aggressive on it, I guess motivated to care about some of them, because to a degree, again, this is the unfortunate fact about monster movies with me, is besides the main character, the majority of the characters could very well be cannon fodder. So to a degree, as much as I would like to care for a lot of the characters, I mean, when it comes down to like one emotional scene with Naru's brother, which is was it Tabe? To an extent, there is an emotional scene with that, and I will admit, it was a good scene. But as for the rest of the characters, to an extent, I just couldn't bring myself to kind of feel emotion for them, unfortunately, because again, monster film, more than likely cannon fodder, or victims to the creature. The design for this particular Predator was very, very intriguing, and I guess it's a staple that it has like a shoulder cannon, instead of it being like a laser cannon like it is for, at least from what I've seen, for Alien vs Predator. It shoots arrows, actually homing arrows, I should say. So whenever it targets, it uses the laser. I don't know. I said laser, but laser targeting system. It's able to pinpoint where the arrow needs to go, which is pretty cool. Which, not going into too much, kind of becomes an issue down the line. Again, don't go into too. I'm not going into too much. I just recommend that you guys go watch it when you can. All in all, really, it was a really interesting film. Really enjoyed it. Music was there when it was necessary, especially for more of the drama scenes and more of the action. When it came down to Naru, I liked to watch her progression as she became a better hunter over time. And it was kind of set up like right off the bat that she wasn't, I guess to an extent, was kind of made fun of, or kind of held back, or not shown the respect she wanted as a hunter. A lot of people kind of downed her for wanting to become a hunter, but to some degree her brother gave her support, even acknowledging, like in his last moments, by the way, spoiler, I think the only spoiler, brother dies, in his last moments, kind of mentions the fact that some of the things that he's been able to accomplish was because of her, and the way she's able to acknowledge certain things about the prey that they hunt. So all in all, interesting film, and story excellent to a degree. Characters all right, though mostly cannon fodder. Music was good when necessary, and the effects, best. I mean, as my experience has been so far, best looking Predator, honestly. Down the line, I do plan on watching the other films, but regardless, final thoughts for this, I don't know what to give it. I think to an extent, I'm going to give it a good rating, but not necessarily like a 10 out of 10. Me personally, again, because the only character that seemed interesting going forward and with their progression was Naru. A lot of the characters I didn't get much time to actually acknowledge or get to know them to a degree, and a lot of them seem like assholes anyways. So with all that being said, I think it's fair that I'm going to give this a, let's go an 8 out of 10. I honestly thought that this was a good film. It's, I mean, again, story, the way this time setting, or the setting that it's, you know, taking place is interesting and different compared to supposedly the other films. The progression of strength for Naru was intriguing to watch. Characters, all right, not great, but all right. Although they were, again, I know I've said this multiple times, but unfortunately, the majority of the cannon fodder. Music was good when necessary, and the monster was, you know, good looking. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this film. So, again, 8 out of 10. Good job, guys. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care, and I'll see you guys next video.